The real problem with pain is how it kind of diminishes a person's life, that really your focus is just on the pain. It impacts on a person's autonomy. You actually cannot be a thinking, decision-making human being if you are just in pain. And, you know, patients have described that they would do anything at all to be relieved of pain.
Pain is an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience associated with actual or potential tissue damage or described in terms of such damage. Now that's a very complex definition.
The language of pain is very complicated.
You'll note that it's a sensory and emotional experience.
And when we're talking with a patient, and particularly when we're talking with a patient in whom we're trying to treat, we need to have some common language.
Has the pain mainly been the headaches and the head pain, or has it been elsewhere? Is it there all the time?
Yeah. You wake up sometimes and you think, it's gone.
Yeah.
You turn around twice and it's not gone, you know.
Many patients are now treated as if the problem is either a sensory one, in other words, it's either physical or it's all in your brain. And when they get the message that it's all in your brain or all in your mind, they know they're being dismissed. Well, all pain is in the brain and in the mind. So that's a very silly way to approach people, and yet it's still going on very much.
You just imagine, when you open your eye in the morning, there's nothing but pain. When you sleep, there's nothing but pain. What kind of quality of life? There are two types of pain. One is physical pain. The other one is emotional pain. Now, physical pain, whether it's as a result of accident, illness, is something that you cannot deal with it yourself. I went through that. I tried to deal with it myself. But the more I struggled, the deeper I went down.
I have pain every day in my knees and my legs. My knees and in my lower back. I have pain every day just from the sickle cell. But then there's a level that when you get to a crisis, that's when it's just you know, with your heartbeat, just a throbbing, searing, bad pain.
We typically ask patients what level of pain they're having on a 0 to 10 scale, where 0 is no pain and 10 is the worst kind of pain that they could ever have. And of course, different people will say different levels of pain for the exact same noxious or unpleasant stimulus. But typically people say the same numbers for themselves. And so we look to see whether the numbers are worsening or improving.
Right now, my pain is at 4, you know, but when it gets to about an 8 or a 9, then that's a level that I can't control anymore. Even with my medicines here, or the medicines that the doctors give me, that's a pain level that I can't control anymore.
I think one of the most important concepts that we can teach young doctors and nurses is to believe what the patient says. The patient says he's in pain, the patient's in pain. And then you have to figure out a way to measure it, and we know how to measure it, and track it over time.
It's one of the real problems we have with pain, that you can't tell me how much pain I have today, because it's my experience of this sensation.
Pain is whatever the patient says.
Pain is subjective. It's whatever they believe it to be.
It is very much what the patient says it is.